Welcome to the fourth lesson. We'll be creating normal maps using Endo and some mixture of high poly sculpting and also some bitmap to normal conversion. So let's get started. So what we're going to do first is this would be what we're creating. What we're going to have to do next is crop this. So we want to make sure we get all of it. That's probably good right there. Quick, just make sure you have perspective on. And then if you hold Control and Shift again, you can move up, but it won't move to the sides. So you want to constrain it to the Y coordinate, which is the up and down. So I'm going to try this again here. And I'm going by this line here on that window. And then for the squareness, right above that line here, right on that line, and then this line from the brick mortar, we'll line that up. Okay, so I think that's pretty good. Okay, so now let's see if we can marquee this. It's pretty flat. Come on. Noise despeckle. This seems to work pretty good. So if we can zoom in right here, I just undid that, but if we zoom in and then we go to filter, despeckle, it kind of cleans up a lot of the pixelation or the speckles. So that looks pretty good. If I go to filter and then maybe some sharpen it up a bit, let's see what that did. Yeah, that kind of helped. So, okay. So now we have our reference. This is what we're going to be making the normal map out of. Now what I want to do to get to this point, I'm going to open up Endo in the Quixel suite, and then so here we have our bump map to normal. So I'm going to go ahead and click this and hit OK. And now it's going to take that and make a normal out of it. Well, see, there's a problem if we just leave it as is right now. Right now we have a lot of stuff going on. It's not as clean a normal map as this is. Getting the map to look more like this rather than just the preset settings. So how we're going to do that is go over to our settings from Endo in Quixel Suite, and the first thing we want to do is mess around with these settings. I think maybe I use this one and then put the size up and the depth and the contrast, and bevel, I think I put that to emboss, pretty sure, and you can just mess around with them and see, but I think emboss is what I used. The slant, obviously we want to keep that up because then everybody's going to be upside down. And you can see some of these don't do anything. In fact, they make the image even worse. So I think I use this bottom one because I remember using the bottom image. So we have our shape, we have a bevel, we have slant, and if this size you bring it down, it makes less of a bump. The curve, now this gives you different results. That's a pretty strong image, but I think I used ring double, which gives you a little bit more crisper. And then the blend, for right now we'll just leave that on normal. So this is kind of what we have here. It's a little bit stronger, so that might actually work better than the original one that I did, but just for sake of maybe making this down a little bit, I'm going to take the depth just down a tad, because I think that's a little too much. That's going to give you a really big pop out. So now we're pretty close. Compared to where we were with our reference, that's almost dead on. Here's a little trick too. If you go to hit Control 0, it will make that the same exact size. Obviously the crop is different, but I mean it centers it and makes it full. So that's pretty good. Now what this did, if you're new to Quixel and the Endo tool, it takes the 3 channels that are normally a bump map, the red, the blue, and the green, and creates a normal map that will combine all those channels and turn them into this. Well, the engine actually uses the 3 channels, so every channel is being used. The blue channel, it uses the less from that, the least. But what Edu does is it creates this whole group object and makes the normal for you. Just wanted to do a quick thing that maybe is new to you. Maybe you don't, know exactly how to do this in Quixel, or you've never used Quixel before. It's a very powerful tool for creating normal maps. And here is, I'm going to show you the end result for what we rendered out. So this is just a plane, and that's the normal map applied to the plane. So this plane is 2 polys, and look at all the detail we get here.